All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Friday. I wanted to head you guys into the weekend with a fun art activity. This is something that I thought you could either just watch and enjoy or possibly do it if you have the supplies at home with your family members, your siblings, your parents, your guardians, your friends to create a really cool piece of beautiful art. So we're actually going to be doing some bubble printing, and I wanted to show you a quick example. So here's one that I started, and you can see, and it's dry, but you can see where the bubbles kind of left a print, and I did red and green. Okay, I'm going to add to this one, and I'm also going to start a blank one so you can see the process from the beginning. So what I have in front of me is I have assorted food coloring. I have some water. I have some bowls. I have some soap, a straw, and some paper. We're going to start off with one of our bowls here, and I put down an old towel so that I don't ruin the surface that I'm working on. I'm going to put a splash of soap in, probably just about a teaspoon full. I'm going to cover that with a good amount of water, probably about a half of cup. And then once I do that, I'm going to mix, using my straw, the soap and the water together. It's already making bubbles. And then I'm going to take out some food coloring. So for this one, I'm going to do blue. Uh-oh, my food coloring is old. Hold on, I have more. More food coloring. Here it is. And you want to put a good amount in. Don't be shy. Put that lid back on there. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my straw again and mix up that food coloring, water, and soap. And here's the fun part. Here is where we're going to add the bubbles, and we're going to do that by blowing. And you can start to see all the different bubbles that are forming. And then what I'm going to do is, here's one of my other bubble prints. Just going to plop it on top. And you can start to see all the bubbles that are on there. Blow again. Plop. Plop. And it's just building and building my print. So it's technically a form of printmaking with bubbles and food coloring. Here's my other piece that we're going to add to. And the paper will get wet, but eventually it will dry and leave these beautiful patterns. Meadow really likes to do this, but she's taking a nap right now. All right, we're gonna let those dry, and I'm going to stir this up a little bit more. I'm going to start with, see, that's why I put an old towel down, because we know Mrs. Eastlick is messy. Isn't that pretty? It almost creates like a really interesting marble effect. All right, how about I do another color? Let's see, what color would you guys like? Why don't we do a fun yellow? So same steps apply. A little bit of soap, about a teaspoon amount, half a cup of water. And I'm just using old plastic bowls. I think I got these at the dollar store, but you can use a cup. You can use glass bowls. Mixing it all up. Adding my yellow. So, mix it up again. And we can add to our bubble prints that we just made with the blue. Whoa, that's a big one. I can even go back in the ones that I have all the colors on and add to these as well. And if you notice, sometimes I do part of the paper, sometimes I do it right in the middle. So I'm a little strategic with how I'm placing the paper down. This one had a lot of bubbles. And those bubbles will just dry. And the cool thing is, once you're done making your bubble paper, you can cut it and you can actually fold them in half, and you can use this for a beautiful card to someone. You can use this as the backdrop for a wonderful landscape, flower drawing, or other piece of artwork. You could also have fun with it. And what I mean by that is I love looking at these and finding the really cool shapes. Sometimes I say to myself, what can I make out of all the different shapes that I created with these bubbles? And I'll make an imaginary monster, or maybe I'll see a flower in here, or a creature, or an animal, and I'll use a pen or pencil and I'll start to create by combining all the shapes together to make something even bigger. So you can have a lot of fun with these once they dry. They can be a part of another piece of artwork, a card, whatever your brain can create. But they're really fun. You can use as many colors as you want. You can print and print and print until you run out of food coloring. Let's do back-to-back yellow-blue. Let's see what happens. Yellow, blue. See it? And like, because yellow and blue are primary colors, we know if they were to bleed, they would make a secondary color, and in this case, it would be green. Ooh. I love these. So beautiful, so much fun. If you guys attempt this at home, I would love if you could upload some pictures into our Google Stream. If you attempt them and then make them into something else, you can also upload those as well. Everyone would love to see your artwork. I hope you guys have a lot of fun making bubbles this weekend with your family, and I hope you're able to share with us on Google Stream so we can all see what you're making. All right, guys, talk to you later.